to this building, which of course was facilitated and managed and acquired by Kepler. But before, do you know this is actually your space? This is the Kepler Alchemy Incubator, and this space really belongs to community. We are the facilitators and stewards of the space, but this space has to be opened up. Similar to the Community Land Trust, Kepler has been a part of helping facilitate, create the framework. But again, this is the baby that is moving into the community of Indianapolis. And you all are here to help lead and usher that a new movement in. So, welcome you into your space. Give us a round of applause. I am Khalil Africa, a Kepler board member, longtime community and Kepler team member, and I just want to formally thank you all for coming out and taking on this very daunting but very important task. Okay, we always just started first with doing some basic housekeeping. Number one, in order for us to do this work and other organizations to do it, you have to donate. That's the only way. We are fueled by community, so I always say donate, 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 donate.kepler.org. Not just this organization, but others that are doing similar work. Let's give some shout outs to the people who are a part of bringing this great, as Alvin Carter production together. First, shout out to Kepler Institute and all the supporters. A lot of work in the background takes place. Number one, Alvin, Stephanie, Nicholas, Jeff, members of the CLT team. Our tech team, managed and led, facilitated by one of our next gen leaders, Jay and Chinwei and Ajani and Nas and all those guys. I want to shout out amazing filmmaker, producer, movie maker, show maker, experience creator, Ira, the filmmaker back there who'll be recording as well. And then shortly, the food will be here. We want to give a shout out to, we always try to support entrepreneurs and especially those, a BIPOC or minority, whatever name you want to give it to. But Black Leaf Vegan will be here serving food tonight. So shout out to them as well. I don't think we've got some work to do, so I'm not gonna hold you too much longer in this. We usually do like a check-in. Are we doing a check-in in here? Or we have time to run a quick check-in? Here's what I'll do. I want to do a spot check-in. Everybody doesn't have to answer just if you feel like answering, or we can go around the room really quickly. Just a one-word response to this question, okay? Give one word to describe how your day has been. That's simple. One word to describe your day. And so I just want to pass the mic around. You can give a number or color, describe how you are, and then give one word, describe your day. Let's be expeditious and make one word, not well, if I had to describe a word for the day, then that word, so you do the 300 words, say one word, just one word and pass it on, okay? Thank you. Don't do what I do. Thank you, Mimi. You takes one to know one, my dear sister. Grade 8, productive.
I would say, hey, Alvin, I am a Sage 7 and adaptive. And the number is how you're doing today. Generally 1 to 10, and the green is your color.
Hey, everybody. Jay Rue. I'm feeling like a red 10 my day long.
Malele Kennedy. Periwinkle is my color. I am at about an 8 and informative.
Tamika Kincaid. Red. I'm sorry. Sapphire is my color, and my day has been 2 words: exciting and very productive.
We don't follow rules in here. We are free.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ashley. My color is marigold. My number is 8, and my day is going.
Good afternoon or good evening, excuse me. My name is Ryan Potter. My color is black. I'm about a 9, and today is monumental.
My name is Montanique. My color is plum. My day is beginning. And I think that's it. That's all I was supposed to say, right?
Hey everybody, Jesse Brown, Purple 8 inspired.
Joe Bowling, gold 8, and my day has been full.
Hey, I'm Ron Gifford, blue 9 progressing.
Color is pink, number is 10, and the word is thankful.
My name is Sabria. My day has been a 10. It's been uplifting. I think my color is yellow.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Trey. I would say my color is green. My day has definitely been a 10, and my one word is blessed.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline. My day has been 8. My color's been red for passion, and I'm feeling passionate.
I'm Joel Rickenbaugh, 7 and orange.
Katrina Archie, yellow, 10, and strategic.
Archie, color is blue, number is 9, and honored.
I'm Ashlyn. I'm feeling like an orange 8, and my day has been slow.
I'm Cherie. My color is cream. My number is 7, and my word is fulfilled.
Bill, I'll say my color is green, and my word is optimistic.
Good evening, Charlotte, and my color is gray, and my word is zippy for today.
My name is Sheila Burris, and my name means helper of all gods and goddesses. And I'm a 7, and I'm green, and I'm a merchant. Yes.
Raise your hand. Okay, we'll pass it that way. Thank you.
My name is Christine. My word is productive, and I feel like a 9. Color? Pink.
Second, name, color, number, and one word to describe your day.
Okay. So Ira, blue, and 10. Excellent.
Oh, do you want to have any of the folks on Zoom share? So we'll open it up if anyone on Zoom wants to share and check in. Just unmute yourself.
This is Jeanette. I'm a green 8, fulfilling.
Thank you, Jeanette. Good to see you on Zoom.
Hi, I'm LaShonda. I am a blue-gray 7. I will say my day has been beautiful.
Thanks, LaShonda.
Hi, I'm Emily. My color is green, my number is 7, and my word is early.
Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Katie. My color is red, my number is 5, and my day has been filled with sickness.
Get better soon, Katie. Okay, if there's no one else who wants to check in, well, Stephanie, you want to check in?
Sure. I'm Stephanie. I'm a green 8. I'm feeling productive. And some of us here virtually have been checking in through the chat as well. So
all right.
Rocking and rolling.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Derek. This is my wife, Taria. Not sure what the colors and the numbers are, but I'm black, My number is 317. No, just kidding. How's everybody doing? All right. We are from an organization that we founded called Black Leaf Vegan. Everybody say Black Leaf Vegan. Now, vegan, of course, you know, is free from animal products, animal byproducts. Ours happens also to be soy-free, gluten-free, non-GMO, all that stuff, but it tastes like grandmama's, I promise you. So if we can have about 3 minutes, we want to just tell you a story.
Hello, guys. My name is Taria again. I started this journey. My father gave me the gift of perspective. With his gift of perspective, unfortunately, he had to lose his life to do so. And he passed away of prostate cancer, but then he gave me a choice. So that choice was to make healthier decisions about the way I choose to live my life. That's spiritually, mentally, and what I eat. So I said, what can I do? How can I evaluate this? So I went through a lot of research, like you do when you transitioning your hair, changing your hair, go back to natural. You have to try every product to see what you like and what tastes right for you. So I did that. And I took my husband along the journey with me. And I said, hey, you're going to do this too. And he was like, well, I don't cook. So he had no choice. So then my kids were like, really? We did this journey and it took us a while. First, we relapsed a couple of times, you know, as you go through AA, you know how you can backslide a little bit. We did that. And then when we did that, we said, okay, this is the lifestyle we want to choose to do. And so we had to stop visiting grandma a couple times, you know, because she wanted to feed my kid chicken. Sometimes when you change your life over, not everyone's on board because they don't understand the process. So then once she understood the process and what it meant, because she was cancer patient herself and went struggling with breast cancer, she was like, wow, I can do this too. So it gave us passive inspiration that we can pass along for others. And we founded Black Leaf Vegan while doing so.
So Black Leaf Vegan sounds like it's about food, right? Black Leaf Vegan is about mindset. It's about shaping your mind to say that you can do whatever you want to do. And the thing about it, you know, our doctor, we have the same doctor, and sometimes we have joint appointments. I don't know why. It's nothing crazy, but just so happens that's the way it is. It's convenient, it's efficient. And he sits down and talks to us. He said, one day you two are going to be on high blood pressure pills. And we're like, why? He was like, was your mom on high blood pressure pills? She was like, yeah. And he's like, well, you have 30% of that is your mom being on high blood pressure pills is going to be you. But the other 70% is your grandmama used to feed your mama, you know, certain foods that she probably fed you, that you're probably feeding to your kids. So that is the generational wealth that has been passed down to some of us. You know, unfortunately, there's a comedian that says, you know, we go to the funeral, he died of heart disease, and we go to the repast and eat the same thing that killed him. You know, because that's a mindset shift to say that, you know, I'm betraying my culture if I don't eat certain things, right? We got culturally relevant food that just doesn't happen to have those harmful things in it. So with that mindset shift, we said, well, this works with our food. She cooks, I don't cook. So whatever she cooks is what I eat. And I started to feel better. But we pass this on we're 10 years in, we pass this on to our children. It's like, well, what is generational wealth? It's not just about money. It's just not just about the money that you leave. It's the legacy. It's the mindset that you pass on to your kids. And so we started this tradition where when the kids turn 10 years old, they get one trip. They get a trip anywhere in the world they want to go. They get to choose. Just a solo trip with me and that one child. When they turn 13, mom and the one child. When they turn 16, it's both of us and the one child. And in between that, we take family trips. We've been so far to 41 countries. And then when they turn 16 as well, we buy them an income producing property and they manage it. They can keep it, they can lose it, they can build it, they can do all this. And
pray for us. We got our first one coming up, okay?
our daughter turns, we got a 13-year-old and a 16-year-old coming up in 25. And with that, people say, your kids are spoiled. They've been to 6 continents. They go all over the world. They're part owners of your companies. They're spoiled. And we started thinking that, well, maybe they are spoiled, but we remixed it. And spoiled, so we just wrote a book that y'all need to buy. That's what we're really getting to. All right. That's what I should have said. My color is green. Anyway. We remix Spoiled. How to Raise Spoiled Kids is it's a parent's guide to generational wealth. And Spoiled is an acronym that means
Savers,
producers,
owners,
investors,
leaders,
entrepreneurs,
and discipline.
I know Damon. Fubu. So we wrote that book because what we're all about is action. You know, for a long time, you know, we would stand on the soapbox and tell people, hey, you need to change your life, and nobody would change your life or come along with this, and they weren't ready. For us, we're just like, why don't we just do it and passively inspire people? So when you walk into our cafe, we designed that space so you can be like, wow, not wow for us, wow for you. Like if they can do it, they some vagabonds. I can do it. Right? Yeah, I knew him. I knew Slack from high school, and he's here. But anyway, yeah. The point is we want to passively inspire people. So the book isn't about us per se. It's about saying that, you know, we are parents, and people say, well, you need a lot of money to do this. Do you? You know, there's that perception. And one thing that my wife pointed out the other day is that there's no positive jinxes. If you say something negative, like, oh, don't jinx me. You say something positive, they start laughing. That, you know, that ain't gonna come true. So we just started having positive jinxes. Everything we want to do, we just say it, we want to do it. You know, we want to sell 100 million books. That's what we want to do. And people like, wow, you gonna sell 100 million books? How are you gonna do that? Well, we want to be the #1 vegan business in Indiana. Guess what? Right.
Thank you guys. Have a good night. Appreciate the time. Oh yeah. That's my part. Yeah. So we're having vegan lasagna tonight. We have our jackfruit chili. Jackfruit is amazing. If you have not had jackfruit, you are in for a treat. We have southern cornbread. And then we also have a salad for you guys, and we have some drinks. All right. Can't tell you some lemonade drink my husband made up. Okay. So that's it. That's his area, the drinks. Thank you, Alvin.
Yeah, let's give him another round of applause.
That's why we support our people, because that's what lives in our community. They talk about it all the time, asset-based community, blah, 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 but those are the assets. And so you know the assets, and we're ready to see more of that now. I want to pass the mic to Ashlyn, who's getting ready to get this great presentation rolling. Ashlyn, you ready? Word.
Well, again, all right, thank you. Again, thank you guys for coming out this evening. We won't take too much of your time. We are going to start with our candidates that we are going to be electing for our board members to come up here, introduce themselves, give you their background, tell you why they want to be a part of the board. Each candidate will have 3 minutes. Those who are not here physically, we will allow to come off mute so that they can introduce themselves as well. And those that are not here or on Zoom, we have some recorded videos for them, so we'll be able to play those as well. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, my voice is really loud without this mic, so I apologize. Our first candidate is Tashima Allen Easley. Is she present or online? No. Yes, I'm sorry. Charlotte is the timekeeper. Each each nominee will have 3 minutes, and Charlotte is going to be your timekeeper, so she will wave or let you know when your 3 minutes is up. Okay, so it doesn't look like Tashima is present. We don't have a video from her, right? Okay, so we will move on, and Miss Archie is present, so you will be next. wanna come here? Yeah. Nice for you to join us. Thank you. Yeah. In the middle?
Hello, I'm Katrina Archie. My background, I'm a realtor. I'm on a team, Divine Realty Group with FC Tucker. So I've been in real estate for November, 5 years. And the reason I decided to take that journey was to serve. I felt like doing that, I would be able to help a lot of people who did not know the steps and what it took to own a home. And we did watch a video about a few weeks ago, and someone made a statement. They basically said that home ownership is basically, it's like our livelihood. It's something that we're supposed to have. We're supposed to have a place to stay. And doing that, well, helping people reach that goal for me is like a calling. Okay. So when I meet someone that basically says they have no idea where to start, or if they say they can't do it, the first thing I do is let them know that it's a limited belief and that that's something that they can overcome, and I can help them do that. And the reason that I wanted to become a member of the board was to basically be on the front line, to be a voice for the people in my community, and to help them reach the goals and their desires for home ownership, or just to be better. And I know there was something else I wanted to say. Let me see, give me a second. Oh, that's a long time. Okay. Okay, so yes, and what better way to help the people in my community by being on the board? And I love the fact that it's brand spanking new, because it is something that's going to be a little new to me, but I've been serving in the community for quite some time. When it comes to serving children, especially seniors. Our seniors, y'all, they need us a whole lot. And that's something that I hope and pray that I'll be able to embark upon being a part of this. That is it.
All right, Katrina Archie, everyone. Thank you, Miss Katrina. Our next nominee is Deborah Benson.
Good evening, everyone. My name is actually Deborah. That's okay. I was found anything remotely close. My experience in, I've been in the mortgage industry probably a little over 25 years. I started the journey of home ownership when I was 23, bought my first home through INHP. And I knew then that I wanted to work for them in some kind of capacity, just because of the experience and the knowledge that I didn't know. I was a single mom. My daughter's actually in the audience tonight, so she'll be 30, so I'm kind of tailing my age. But the experience through them allowed me to want to have an interest in real estate. So I obtained my real estate license, became a realtor, did real estate for probably about 15 to 20 years. Yeah, about 16 years. And then the market crashed, right? So I had the opportunity from an old boss that I had when I had my first real job through Bank One at the time, but it's now Chase, to assist with the foreclosures. Basically helping those that were in foreclosure to save their home, talk about budgeting, having those hard conversations of the reality of what adjustments that you can make, to either retain your home, or maybe there's a situation where we work with you to liquidate, right? So in the course of all that, the market bounced back, and then I had an opportunity to actually be a presenter through INHP as a realtor. And there was an opportunity that came up to be in their business development. So I chose that. And then they talked me into going to get my mortgage non-origination license. So I ended up doing that. And so I say all of that to say that, I'm very passionate about helping. And I look forward to serving, whether that be on the board or as a volunteer. Thank
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. DeBoer. And our next candidate is Desiree Boyd. Is she online? No. Going once? Okay. All right, what about Jesse Brown? Thank you for being here.
Hello, everybody. I always feel I'm smiling a lot under my mask about me being more formally dressed than some people here. That is a very rare occasion for me. But I've had to get a little bit used to it because as of just January 1st this year, I was elected to the Indianapolis City County Council, where I serve as the counselor for District 13. Thank you very much. I was very proud. I ran a people-powered campaign, did not accept a dime from any organization. It was all small dollar donors. You know, just because that's where my heart is at. That's who I want to be working for. Didn't want to take money from people who I'm going to be disappointing, which means I stood with my neighbors. I'm here because I think that it's really great that we've seen a lot more nonprofits saying things like housing is a human right in the city. And I think that's true, but I think that's insufficient, right? You can say it's a human right, but how do you actually get there? How do we provide housing for all people? And anybody working in housing right now knows it isn't working for all people. Homelessness is rising. Affordability is getting further and further away from most people. When I was 18, I got a 2-bedroom apartment that had the heat paid for $450. And I worked delivering pizza, and my roommate worked at McDonald's, and we could pay our bills. That is laughable to think about two 18-year-olds doing that today. It's just impossible. And until we get that fixed, more and more people are going to be priced out of home ownership. And so we need some sort of decommodification of housing in order to start changing that and putting more power into the community's hands and allowing housing to be a real human right that we actually act like it is. And so the Community Land Trust that Kepler is a part of, I think is one of the best models of that I've seen, not just in Indianapolis, but in the country. And so I'm really excited for that. And I will be standing behind it and boosting it from the council, period. Like that's happening no matter what. You don't get to vote on that. But if you'd like, I would be happy and proud to serve on the board and have the closest possible connection with the board to help make sure, you know, I'm bringing things to the council easily and frequently. So either way, I will be a huge booster and proponent of the Community Land Trust and count me as a strong ally. I would also be honored to serve on the board, although everybody else I've heard also sounds wonderful tonight. So thank you.
All right, thank you, Jesse. Our next nominee is Tamika Kincaid. Thank you for being here.
All right, I'm not good with public speaking, so I did come up with a speech today. Just wanted to say good evening, everyone. My name is Tamika Kincaid. I am honored to not be here nominated for the Board of Directors and Community Land Trust. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. My journey to this point is both deeply personal and deeply rooted in our shared mission. At one point in my life, I experienced homelessness. That experience shaped my understanding of how critical stability, affordable housing is, not just for individuals and families, but for the health and prosperity of entire communities. It also gave me a unique perspective on the systematic barriers that may face when trying to achieve home ownership. The statistics tell us a sobering story. On any given night, over 500,000 people are homeless in the United States. Here in Indiana, thousands struggle to find affordable housing and home ownership. A cornerstone of generational wealth remains out of the reach for too many. For example, Black home ownership rates lag significantly behind white home households. Perpetuous cycles of inequity. Community land trusts are not just a solution, they are the remedy for these inequities. They ensure housing remains affordable and accessible over the long term. empowering families to build stability and opportunity. I bring to this board not only my lived experience, but also my technical expertise, including my work in tax business. I understand the financial challenges and opportunities that come with home ownership. Together, we can leverage our skills to provide education and resources to help families navigate taxes, budgeting, and the home buying process. I believe in the power of community to transform our lives. By coming together, we can do more than just teach home ownership. We can remedy the barriers that prevent people from achieving it. We can empower families with the tools to succeed, breaking the cycles of housing instability and creating a foundation of generational wealth. It's time to build a future where everyone has a place to call home and acknowledge the knowledge to maintain it. I look forward to contributing to this work and thank you for the incredible opportunity.
Thank you, Tamika Kincaid. Our next nominee is Kim Lindsay. Is she online? Is it Montanique Mitchell? Thank you for being here.
Good evening, members. I am Montanique. I am honored to stand before you as a candidate for the board of directors. I've dedicated my life to serving our distressed communities of the city of Indianapolis because I've lived in most of them. I believe in understanding and action, meaning understanding the issue fully and doing something about it. I am a modern day activist. I am a mother. I adopted my son when I was 19 when his mother died to mental illness in my little small apartment on 21st in Arlington. I'm a tradeswoman. I'm an electrician. I work for Home Repairs for Good, which is a non-for-profit that provides free home repairs for seniors, veterans, and people that fall below poverty level. I'm a small business owner, Mitchell Electric, LLC. I'm a football player. I play women's semi-pro football. I'm an author, When the Rain Hits My Window, and I am a trauma survivor. I am deeply committed to the mission of Indy CLT to help under-resourced residents. I know firsthand the feeling of anxiety and not knowing where you will call home or if that area will be safe. I watched my grandmother's rent rise after living in an apartment for 25 plus years, but her retirement pension stayed the same. You cannot thrive in a stressful environment. Nothing can. Plants, animals, so why do humans think they can't? The trust fosters the idea of community and pride and ownership and building a safe place instead of being displaced in an unsafe environment with Section A housing. If elected to the board, I will leverage my personal experience as a tradeswoman and professional expertise to advocate for policies and programs like to help homeowners know how to take care of their homes and promote permanent solutions for temporary quick fixes. Because how do you know how to take care of something you never had before? I know how to raise children because I did it my whole life. I'm committed to working and collaborating with my fellow board members because it feels good to be around like-minded people. The vision of inclusivity, if that's a word, I don't know if I made that up or not, but ownership and transforming communities is what I want to do because sometimes you have to be the change that you want to see in the world.
Thank you, Montanique. Our next nominee is Jeb Reese. Okay. We have a video for Jeb, for those of you online.
Hi everyone, I'm Jeb Reese. So sorry I couldn't be there tonight, but thank you so much for allowing me to record this video and share a little bit about myself. So I currently work at Indiana. I act as the Associate Director for Land Banking and Strategic Planning at Intend, and in that role I get to do a lot of project planning, grant writing, and other things, partnership building for our affordable housing development projects. So I definitely think that that's an asset that I bring to the table when being considered for a CLT board position, is just my background and understanding in how affordable housing projects come together, where the funding comes from, how the funding works. I definitely think that that's an asset. I'm also a part-time law student at IU Indy. So this is my last year of law school. I'll be graduating in May and I'll be taking the bar in July. So I definitely think that my legal background is an asset that can be used on the CLT board. My background is also in urban planning. I study urban planning at Ball State. And it's been such a passion of mine to understand how cities work, the history of urban development, and to really be able to look at that through a legal lens, I think is really impactful and definitely drives me in my professional career. I'm also a homeowner. I live in the Irvington neighborhood, and this is something else that really drives me in my work. Uh, Being a homeowner, I think, has been one of the most rewarding experiences I've gone through. Being able to, realize the benefits of owning my own home, sharing that with other people, talking about how, this is something that is a possibility for you in a time when it seems so far out of reach. I think really drives me in everything that I do, especially through work and running for this board position. So my vision for the CLT, I really envision the CLT procuring diverse funding sources and growing its programming to include additional programs. I also see the CLT rising to the challenge and expanding across Marion County to meet the demand for affordable housing and really being that tool that neighborhoods and CDCs can really plug into, and to realize permanent affordable housing and permanent affordable homeownership. So yeah, thank you so much again. Enjoy your evening, and I hope I get to work with all of you through the CLT board. Thanks.
All right. Okay, that was Jib. Our next nominee is Cherie Richardson. Hey guys, it's Cherie. Okay, I got a speech. Hold on. So I found CLT when it originally started, and I've been invested. I've been part of the small group that got together to get this together. I'm super excited. Again, my name is Cherie Richardson. I'm sorry. Okay, it's on here somewhere. I'm trying, girl. Okay, here we go. All right. So I stand today before you very enthusiastic about being a board member for the Community Land Trust. When it comes to leadership, integrity, and vision, Cherie, I embody the qualities that make a real difference in building strong, more equitable communities. I have been proven to be an advocate for underserved populations, not only bringing my passion, but also my results oriented mindset to every
situation that I've been through. I currently have a nonprofit for myself. It is for single mothers. It is for women. And we are the ones that have the households that needs the homes. And what I preach is stability. And it's hard to be stable when you're constantly thinking about, oh, the rent went up, how I'm going to keep my kids here, or that volatile housing market that we've all experienced. And I'm very committed to tackling those systematic challenges and creating programs that address the root cause of inequities. These experiences align perfectly with the mission of the Community Land Trust to empower people, protect community assets, and build a more sustainable future. One of my greatest strengths is my background in business and organization management. I currently have been working as a bookkeeper for several small businesses and many big organizations inside of Indianapolis, Indiana. I like numbers really bad. I play games with numbers. And those skills are what originally brought me here. Now, the more I've been involved, I'm like, I have to be boots on the ground. Whatever border director position that is, like, I'm going to get out there. I'm going to spread the word, because in those communities, they don't have the information. I've been proven that I get them the information, and I've changed lives, and I'm happy about it. Outside of my professional accomplishments, personally, I just bring it. You know, like I wanted to come up here with a chant, CLT, CL, and get everybody involved. Just bring that energy up and let us know that anything and everything is possible. I'm a visionary, a leader, a natural born leader. I'm not afraid of anything. See, I told you I put Charlotte to work. And I just wanted to be part of something new. Sheree Richardson, thank you. So we are going to take a small break so that those that are here physically can partake and get some food. Those online, if you can just take a small break and come back, and we will continue with our nominees. Come back at 7.
Okay, we're upstairs. Let me take.
Sometimes you have to let go to free fall away. I won't judge you anymore, 'cause sometimes I need it to free fall away.
I want to thank you guys for our brief intermission. We're going to be coming back together. We don't want to keep you guys too long, so I do apologize. We are going to come back together. All right, thank you guys for that brief intermission. We're gonna go ahead and get back started. Our next nominee is Joe Bowling. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
No problem, sorry about that.
I know, I was just getting my food too. I was excited. I am very excited. My name is Joe Bowling. I serve as the executive director of the Inglewood Community Development Corporation on the Near East Side. Many of us on the Near East Side have been really excited about CLTs for a long time. We started researching CLTs in about 2015. We started to pull together a working group to start working on what one might look like on the Near East Side in 2017. Miss Pambana from Kepra invited me to speak at a Kepra event in May of 2018, where I was wildly excited about CLTs and all that we were learning about CLTs. And she sent me an email that I actually printed out and brought with me the next day and said, hey, we were really excited about Community Land Trust. Appreciated what you said last night. We at Kepra would like to learn more about CLTs and what they might look like. And so we got together in the next week and started talking. And so those strands of kind of Kepra working on the CLT and many of us on the Near East Side working on the CLT kind of came together. And that's been about 7 or so years that almost every day there's been some conversation that I've been a part of or some work that I've been a part of related to what a CLT might look like. So I've been really proud to serve on the advisory board for the CLT. And I just kind of feel like in for a penny, in for a pound. Like I'd love to see the CLT successful and be a part of that sort of on the board. I'll mention that I have 30 staff at Inglewood Community Development Corporation. And over the last 5 or so years, we've developed $100 million worth of community-owned, community-led, 100% equitable and affordable, quality, affordable rental and homeownership opportunities for neighbors. And so definitely know what it takes to kind of put an affordable housing deal together, but more than just sort of creating affordable housing, what it means to sustain affordable housing. And so one of the big tasks of the CLT is the stewardship function. And so our organization manages 400 units of affordable rental housing to very vulnerable populations. It's been so cool. 1 minute. It's been so cool between Thanksgiving and Christmas to watch 36 currently unhoused neighbors move into a brand new building that we've opened on East Washington Street with our friends at Horizon House. And the daily task of stewardship of those buildings and those properties is something that I know an awful lot about. And I really do think that that's an important part of bringing some of those skill sets to the board as well. So really excited, and thank you guys.
All right, well, let's give Joe another hand clap. Thank you for your origination with Kepra and CLT.
We're ready to go, guys. If you love your food, you love the food? Okay. If you loved it, don't tell me, tell Google.
Yes.
Or Yelp. Black Leaf Vegan. Go on it. If you didn't like it, there's something really wrong with you. So just reevaluate that.
All right.
We appreciate you guys coming. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys again for being here. And our next nominee is going to be Jacqueline DeSouza. Thank you for being here.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jacqueline D'Souza. My friends and people who know me call me a Jacqueline of all trades, master of many. That's because I have an extensive academic and professional background. I started off with a legal background. I'm from Canada, worked for a number of law firms, made a lot of money, but wasn't really fulfilled. And so eventually went to Michigan, bought up a bunch of residential real estate and founded a Section 8 housing company. And that's really where my passion lies, with affordable housing. And I oversaw the renovations, construction, tenants, the whole 9 yards. I also have a degree in social work and a business and real estate background. So I've completed the real estate development program at New York University, love construction, and I moved to Indianapolis a couple years ago. I do street ministry, and I also sit on 2 boards. I sit on the district theater board, as well as Wheeler Missions Center for Women and Children. So I'm an advisory board member. I'm really passionate about housing, and we've transitioned a lot of the women and kids into affordable housing. So I know firsthand what a struggle it is in this city. And I also own 2 residential properties. So I've jumped through the hoops of going through the inspections and hiring trades. And I'd like to be part of this board because lastly, I also have a professional designation. After my name, you'll see C.dir. A lot of people wonder what that stands for. It stands for Chartered Director. So I'm basically qualified to sit on any public, private, or not-for-profit board. I'm supposed to be an expert in corporate governance. And I want to sit on this board because my heart is completely and obsessed with affordable housing. I want this city to have, I don't like seeing people on the street and people that are in shelters like Wheeler Mission. I want to see them have a space to call their own. When we're dealing with issues like poverty, addictions, okay, things like this, the first step is getting people into housing, a space to call their own. All right. And we can't do that. We can't, make the progression until we have a plan. So I feel like with my background in social work, real estate, construction, and financing as well, I hope I can contribute. Thank you.
Thank you, Jacqueline. So our next nominee is Ashlyn Edwards. Thank you for being here.
Of course. Hey, everybody, I'm Ashlyn. I am also a social worker, so shout out social workers. So I've been in nonprofits, community-based organizations pretty much my whole professional career. My first job was in traditional low-income housing, Section 8 income-based apartments, and I saw how much of a failure that is, honestly, how dehumanizing and degrading and just awful for the residents that is a lot of the time, but it's kind of the best we have, which is a tragedy. So, years down the line, I go back to school to get my master's in social work, and we have to do an internship, field work, whatever you want to call it. So I'm looking for a place, and I find Alvin and the CLT's website. So I call up Kepra and I say, hey, can I come hang out with you for a year? So last year I was hanging out with Kepra, working CLT, but also a million other things, as is the nature of Kepra. So I've learned a lot about the CLT. I think it's a great model. I think it's something that could really work here, and it's something that's unique, especially in this city and this state. And since I've transitioned out of school and out of Kepra, I feel like I've really lost touch with something that I'm really passionate about and something that I really think could work, and something that I think is deeply connected to social work, in the way that a lot of other nonprofits and organizations that are people-centered aren't, because this is people-driven, this is people-based, this is really based in what on-the-ground work needs, whereas, other nonprofits are often appeasing funders and appeasing boards and appeasing all these other things, whereas this is the opposite. And I feel like that's really what makes it unique. And that's really what I appreciate about this. I appreciate about Kepra, and something I really want to keep working on. And I feel like I've, kind of lost touch with it now that I've stepped out of my role at Kepra. So I'm hoping to get back into it on the board, one way or another. I'll be around. So.
Thank you, Ashlyn. And our next nominee is Ron Clifford. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Hey, I'm Ron Gifford. I have like notes because I'm a recovering lawyer. And the most dangerous thing is a lawyer unleashed, right? So I got to stay on track here a little bit. I spent 22 years practicing law downtown at Baker and Daniels, now known as Fagery. And but for the last 17 years, if you looked at my resume, you would say, oh, there's a guy who can't keep a job. Because I've had this great opportunity over the second part of my career to be involved in a lot of really great community development opportunities. So for a little while, I was doing economic development work, trying to bring new businesses and the like to the city. Then I was helping lead the transit task force that was partnering with Indigo that led to the increased funding for Indigo, the BRT lines and all of that. Then I had a chance a little later to do some work with CICF and their personal mobility network to try to address transportation disparities in neighborhoods throughout the city that weren't going to be touched by the Indigo expansion and the like. And I also had a chance to start up a children's health nonprofit called Jump In for Healthy Kids that focused on, in children's health, really focused on access to affordable, healthy food. All of these things allowed me to work all over the community with amazing partners. So 15 years ago, I stumbled into Kepra when they were down the street. And that's when I first met Imatep and became sort of part of the gang. I've had this great opportunity to work with folks at the Learning Tree, with wonderful resident groups on the Far East Side and the like. And in all of that work, in dealing with these community issues and the like, the one thing I noticed, or what we learned the hard way, is this is hard work. It's slow, it's difficult. There's a lot of hoops to jump through and the like. And so I think that the reason why I'd like to be part of this is all of that experience, that sort of expertise of working in the slog, if you will, right? As I love the vision, I love the aspiration of the CLT, but this work is going to be hard. It's going to be in the weeds. It's going to be bureaucratic. There's going to be all sorts of that kind of stuff going on. And I kind of like doing that stuff. I'm not saying I wake up in the morning like eager to read zoning ordinances. Okay, I'm not a lunatic. But that's what I'd love to bring to this. I'm a longtime member at North Church. We have been working on for about several years now to develop property that we own right across the street to create a mixed-use project, first floor grocery store, multi-levels of affordable housing. And in that process, we've learned how hard that is, trying to get financing and trying to work through all of the hoops. And things were really looking really good, and then COVID happened. And then, the world has changed in a lot of ways. All right, I'm cut off. That's what happens when you let a lawyer get the microphone, but I'd love to be part of this wonderful, wonderful initiative.
Thank you, Ryan. All right, our next nominee is Paula Glover. She is not here this evening, but we do have a video for her. So if you guys can tune in.
Hi, everyone. My name is Paula Danielle Glover, or Paula D. Glover, and I am truly honored to be a candidate for the inaugural board of the Community Land Trust, or CLT. While I regret not being able to join you in person tonight due to feeling very much under the weather, I am excited to share my passion for this important initiative and my vision for how I can contribute. I currently serve as a manager of community programs at the Center for Leadership Development, where here I work to empower individuals, youth specifically, through leadership training and community engagement. Over the past 20 years, my career has focused on designing, implementing strategic programs that drive meaningful change in organizations and community alike. I bring expertise in strategic planning, stakeholder engagement, and leadership development. These are all skills that I very much believe align well with the goals of the CLT. I am drawn to serve on the board because I absolutely, wholeheartedly believe in the mission of CLT to foster sustainable housing opportunities and promote collective community ownership. Housing stability is foundational to thriving neighborhoods, and I am super eager to be a part of an initiative that not only creates opportunities for individuals and families, it also builds stronger, more connected communities. If elected, I am confident that my experience and skills will allow me to make a meaningful impact. I excel at fostering collaboration, ensuring every stakeholder's voice is heard, and implementing strategic initiatives that drive long-term success. As a board member, I would work diligently to support the vision of CLT and to create opportunities that empower our communities for generations to come. Thank you so much for considering me for this transformative endeavor. I look forward to the opportunity to contribute and to work alongside all these dedicated and inspiring individuals. Together, we can make the CLT a driving force for change.
All right. That was Paula Glover. And our next nominee is Veronica Hamilton, and she is online.
Hey everybody. First of all wanted to say I'm so impressed by the candidates that are here tonight. We have a really awesome group, and I think that is super cool, and that the land trust is going to be in good hands based on the group that we have here tonight. My entire professional career has been working in housing. When I was a young single mom looking for my first like big girl job, I got into property management. So I was working at apartment communities and doing leasing, and eventually got into like being the actual manager. And I was really passionate about the work that I did in my communities, but I also had some maybe like emotional conflict with some of the policies that I was made to enforce, and just some of the things that I had to do that I didn't necessarily agree with, and the lack of tenant protections that are available in our state really kind of drove me away from that. And I ended up getting recruited into a mortgage lending company, which is where I started learning about laws related to mortgage and kind of the history of mortgage lending in the United States. And I really got into it, and I was like, this is where I need to be. And just over the course of working at some different mortgage companies, I ended up going to INHP, and I actually had purchased my first house through them. So I was really interested in the work that they were doing and happy with how they had helped me and made that big difference in my life and in helping me purchase my first home for me and my child. And that's what really ignited my passion for affordable lending, and kind of just took off from there. And I'm at Merchants Bank now, Merchants Bank of Indiana. We're a local bank, and I do mortgage lending, and I specialize in working with low and moderate income borrowers. And I feel so blessed to have kind of like found my niche where I can be able to provide for my family, but also the work that I'm doing really gives back to the community. And I just look forward to bringing the skills that I've learned in my housing career, and specifically in affordable home ownership, to the Land Trust Board. And thank you for your time.
Thank you, Veronica. And our next nominee is Maile. I'm sorry, Malela. My apologies. I'm so sorry.
That's all right. Hi, everyone. Good evening. I'm Malele Kennedy, and it is so wonderful to be here and standing up here and seeing so many familiar faces. And that's why I'm here. I am here because of all of you. Professionally, I have had, a long history with city county government. I was with the city of Indianapolis for 17 years, most recently 8 years with the Hogsett administration. working on equitable access to food for Marion County residents. I have, prior to that, I was part of the USDA transition team for the Biden-Harris administration, worked for the Department of Defense. Like professionally, I've got like a whole resume. And I am here in spite of all that, or maybe because of all that. Because the reality is that as a city county employee, I had to work 3 jobs. I worked at the city, and then I worked 2 other jobs to pay my rent as a single mom with 3 kids. And, I heard about all the programs the city supported. They come across my email. I'm like, I'm going to do that. And I went through a wonderful program at the Bonner Center with financial literacy. I got my IDA, my individual development account, saved up my money, that Key Bank matched, worked with INHP to like get a housing product that worked for me. And I was like, I'm doing this, right? Like, I'm going to do this. And then you get out there and you start looking for your home. And they show you the houses that have flooded, that still got water in the basement, right? That need all of these repairs. Or they show you houses that are like just not at all what you worked so hard for. And one of the things that I realized in going through that process was that the system is broken. Even the good systems are broken, because I was one of the few people that had the opportunity to actually get to that point and buy my home. And very few people go through that. It was a 3-year process and got to actually do that. And so 13 years later, I'm still in that home. It was important to me to be able to do that in my neighborhood, in my community, where I'm at. And when I looked at, the Community Land Trust, that's a system that can work. That's a system that I want to be a part of. And more than anything else that I have on my resume, like that's what I want to do. That's what I want to be about. That's what I want to support other people in doing. It's like building a system that works for the people that work it. And so I appreciate the time today to be able to be here with all of you and support this work. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Miley Kennedy. All right, our next nominee is not here, so I am going to read it for her. Due to what happened in the family. The nominee is Olani. Her neighborhood is Avon that she's representing. Her organization is the Indianapolis Public Library. Her skills are listed as government, funder, philanthropy, community organizing, and previous board experience. She has interest in serving because I was opportune to start as a part of the advisory team of CLT, having worked and witnessed low-income families struggling with affordable housing in Indy. Her relevant experience is my professional experience includes sourcing and connecting people of multiple languages with information, resources, and volunteering in the community with nonprofit organizations to help low-income families feel welcome in their new environments. Her vision for CLT is for the Indianapolis Community Land Trust is to create a sustainable housing model that ensures long-term affordability for low-income families, particularly those facing housing challenges. With her experience working with diverse communities and volunteering with nonprofits, I aim to provide CLT is inclusive and responsive to the needs of our residents. I envision a community where families have a voice in their shaping neighborhoods and are supported with resources to thrive. Ultimately, the CLT is a tool for fostering stability, equity, and empowerment for Indianapolis families. And our next nominee is Mr. Ryan Potter.
Good evening, good evening. I finally get to go. I didn't get a chance to eat, but that's irrelevant. Real quick, my name is Ryan Potter. Is it all right if I take this down real quick? My name is Ryan Potter, Indy native. My background is in construction and design. I am the owner of Reap Construction Group. We've been around since 2012, but before any of this even originated, I've too am one that experienced homelessness and also food, housing insecurity about 10 years ago. And I realized, like many of everyone's saying, all the many hoops that we had to jump through in order to get a place to lay our heads. I don't know if anybody's ever slept in their car in the middle of winter, but that's one of the horrible experiences, and I don't wish that on anybody. So one of the things I wanted to say as far as being a part of this organization is bringing experience, because it's one thing to try to assist someone with resources, but it's another thing to assist someone with a shared experience. So that's one of the key things that I can bring to the table. Beside the designing, the construction, the development, the accounting, the expertise, all those many things that I have on my resume, if you did read it, I feel like I'll be a very good asset to this organization. I'm very excited to be a nominee, even as a supporter. If I'm not nominated, just know that our organizations, Reap Construction Group, as well as Reap Institute, is behind CLT 100%. So I thank everyone for your time. God bless you, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Ryan. All right, our next nominee is online, and it is Katie Wiley. I'm sorry, Katie Whitley.
That's
My
okay.
apologies.
That's okay. I apologize I'm not able to be there in person. I am dealing with sickness, and I also now that means that I have my child with me. So I apologize if you hear him in the background. Like my candidate information packet said, I was a teacher in Indianapolis on the east side. So I taught for 5 years. I taught middle school students, and then I went to law school, and I've been working in civil legal aid since leaving law school. I'm really interested in joining the CLT board because I feel like what I have done has not been enough to create sustainable change. I loved being an educator, but then I had to sit in the pews at my students' funerals because we do not have systems in place to help them thrive and help their families thrive. I had to help families get calls from families who were experiencing housing insecurity and try to help them figure out what to do in the short term, which is why I went to law school. And then now as a lawyer, unfortunately, I oftentimes sit in courtrooms and sit next to folks who are being evicted and don't have anywhere to go and are being evicted for, for the most part, no fault of their own. But like many people have said, we don't have tenant protections that we need in the city or in the state. And so I'm really interested in joining the CLT board to move upstream to really help empower community members to help to make this a sustainable and affordable system that folks can access housing, safe housing. I also get photos from clients all the time with sewage, heat not working in the winter, sinks backing up, and it just feels like so much of the work that I do is reactive, and this is a real opportunity to work together to build community with so many of you and the really wonderful work that you all are already doing to help bring about that change. Skills, obviously, legal background, educator. I also worked in law school on doing budget advocacy in DC and worked for the Homeless Persons Representation Project out of Maryland. And I've done some research on CLTs and had mentors who were really big on CLTs, including Fran Quigley, and interviewed Indy Beck, who I know was involved in the initial process. And then I've been on a working group for planning the meeting, so I've already met many of you. So just really excited to be here, and thank you very much for your consideration.
Thank you, Katie. Our next nominee is actually one of the home buyers, Lisa, is it Walker? I'm sorry, Lisa Renee Walker, and we have a video for her.
Greetings to the selection committee of the CLT board and my fellow nominees. My name is Lisa R. Walker, and I work in sales at the UPS store. I'm currently pursuing my degree in marketing, and one of the reasons I would love to serve on this board is to have a role in making decisions that affect the community, helping to ensure affordable housing, and also to contribute to social equity by promoting access to land and housing for people who might otherwise be priced out. I served as an executive assistant to the president of one of the largest social service agencies in the state of Illinois for 10 years. And one of the components was developing housing in underserved communities on the west side of Chicago. Again, I would like to thank you for this opportunity and have a great day.
Lisa Renee Walker.
And just heads up, we're going to send out the video afterwards if you want to check it. The video sound should be better on the recording. All right, and let's also give a hand for our MC, Ashley. She's got to run out to do some kid stuff. Awesome. And yeah, thank you. And feel free to take extra food too. Okay, so we also, I think last but not least, I just want to see if DeAndrea Forte is in the audience or on Zoom. Who is the final nominee? All right, so that wraps up all the speeches. So let's give everyone a round of applause. It's gonna be a hard one. Okay, and before we close out tonight, I do want to do just a quick demo. So some of you hopefully should have gotten a text message and an email with a link to vote. And I'm just going to quickly, we're going to share our screen and just show you how it works. And again, if you don't have a link, you may not be signed up as a member on the website, or there was a typo in your email or phone number. So come to me afterwards and we'll make sure that you get in the system. And if you're not a member and you want to sign up and want to be part of the election, also come to me afterwards and we can get it hooked up. All right. Okay, so the system we're using, it's called Election Buddy. Oh, okay, okay, no problem. Let's give a round of applause again for the tech team. They've been going all day. Yeah, that's it right there. So scroll on down. So you should have an email like this. You should also have a text. And then click on that one. Yep. Okay, and this is our secure platform to make sure all of our members get to cast one vote for the folks on the board. You can scroll on down. Your choices are secret. Okay, again, it's totally anonymous, so your vote will not be known by anyone, including us. So, and these are kind of, the candidates are in random order for everybody, but they're in certain categories. So the first group of people that you heard before we went and grabbed food were people who are general member representatives. There's going to be 6 of those representatives on our board. So that means these are people who said yes to being under 80% of the area median income and living in Marion County. So one goal of Community Land Trust is to have a diverse representation, both geographically and making sure that it represents folks who are being served by the organization. So the purpose of this section is to make sure folks who are in need of affordable housing or fit the communities that we're serving are represented on the board. So, and you can click information. So everything in the candidate packet is in this platform. So you can just click and look at what people submitted, their pictures. And if there's a PDF, that's the resume. It was an option to submit your resume. So you can click PDF to view their resumes if you'd like. So we'll get to vote for up to 6 candidates for general member representative. So you just check anyone. We're not going to check any because we don't want to influence you. And scroll on down. Then you'll check 6 for supporting member representatives. Again, you'll get to check 6. And the way we'll choose the winners is the candidates with the most votes when we close out the election on 11:59 p.m. or midnight on Sunday. So you have from now until Sunday midnight to fill out this voting form. So take your time, deliberate, look through the information. We'll also send out the recording by tomorrow of the event tonight if you want to check back at the videos and people's speeches. And then you'll check that. And if you scroll down the bottom, there's also a section for CLT resident representatives, which when there are more residents in the CLT, this would be a third of the board too. But right now we only have a pilot project that we're launching. So we wanted to reserve 2 seats for potential future residents on the board to make sure those folks are represented. So you'll just check both of those folks. There's only 2 candidates for those seats. And then scroll down. Yeah. And then you press continue, and then you'll actually press like submit. Yeah, I won't let you submit because we didn't select anybody. Any questions before we close out tonight? And we have one more announcement before we close out too. Yep, go ahead.
Are we making this vote tonight, or it says something about Monday? I was like, didn't know if we were doing it tonight or not.
So you can vote tonight. It will be open until early Monday morning. So like 12 a.m. on Monday morning. So thank you. Great question. And people who are voting for the vote are absolutely, we hope that you also vote for who you think should serve on the board too, including yourselves. You can vote for yourself. Any other questions? You have to select 6 general, 6 supporting, and then 2 of the potential future residents. Oh, we also have any other questions about this part, the election? Again, if you have trouble, come find me afterwards. I'll be hanging around for at least 15, 20 minutes. And I want to pass it to Ira.
All right, so if you want to, I'd love to grab some interviews as you're walking out. So I'll be over here with the camera and the microphone. There's a little marker right in the middle of the floor. It's a little small, thin piece of wood. That's where you'll stand. And I can, be happy to talk with you and get to know you before you leave. Thank you.
Thank you, Ira. If you need a video, this is the guy to call. Oh, damn it. Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay, and then we got one more announcement from J. Roo.
Hello, beautiful people. How's it going? I hope y'all are doing good. Like Alvin said, we've been here all day, so I'm a little tired, y'all. I'm sorry. This has been great. It's been great hearing everybody's stories and just your passion for bringing affordable housing to the table in the city of Indianapolis. We really need people like y'all. So it's been uplifting despite being a little tired. So I do want to shout out. Oh, hello. I do want to shout out that we will be hosting the grand opening of the Alchemy Community Wealth Building Center, which is the building we're in right now, on December 28th, Saturday, December 20th. If you don't know, that's also the day of Ujima for Kwanzaa, which is collective work and responsibility. And man, I can't think of a better place where that's being expressed than right here, right now. So would love for folks to come through. We're going to have live performances. We're going to have giveaways. We're going to have networking. We're going to have BIPOC vendors there. So please come through and celebrate with us and have a good time. Would love to continue to keep connecting. So again, that's December 28th. What? Oh, yes. And we are in here right now. You guys are actually some of the first folks to actually be able to have an event in here, but we're going to be having an event space, music space, art gallery, co-working, all kinds of stuff popping off on the 28th and going into 2025. So hope to see y'all there. Right, we're still trying to decide on the time. I can send out the Eventbrite, but we're looking at probably 4 to 6 on December 20th. And if you want to sign up for the newsletter and keep up with all the stuff, that's what I was thinking. I was like, man, we should just have Alvin do it since he knows all the things he's trying to make sure I shout out, but it's fine. It's fine. That's what I'm here for. Like, dang it, it's your event, man. Just because I'm on the tech. Dang it. Okay. What did you want me to shout out? Yes. Go to kepper.org/newsletter. You'll see all of our events, whether it be OVC, our 17-acre farm, all the things we're doing with the CLT, early childhood development program, our online learning platform, Alchemy Plus, all those things you will find in the newsletter. So again, that's kepper.org/newsletter. Cool. Appreciate y'all. And we're giving a tour. Sorry, folks on Zoom.
You should have been here in person. Yeah, FaceTime Alvin. All right, appreciate y'all. Thanks, everybody. We're going to be closing out for tonight. Hope everybody starts feeling better. For the folks who are sick, have a great rest of your week. We will see you again real soon.
Thank you. You too. Bye.